Hello from Myrtle Beach and happy 4th of July if you're watching this the day it comes out. We are going to take you on a tour of Ocean Boulevard and we've got two brand new resorts to share with you. One is open and one is opening imminently and taking reservations. So super exciting news, and these are resorts. One we've talked a little bit about before, but we didn't know much about it. The other one we have not mentioned at all. So this is brand new news. Hi, I'm Carmen. If you're new here, we cover everything Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area. If you're a return viewer, welcome back. We are so glad to have you with us. So just sit back and enjoy this bike ride with no effort on your part. You can just relax while we bike down Ocean Boulevard for you. So we always get questions about the location and the time. It is 29th Avenue North. That's about where we're starting, and it is 9:30-ish on the 4th of July. So it's a beautiful 4th of July. As you can see, there is sort of a late day chance of thunderstorms today, but not much. So it will either get one of those quick come and go storms, or it'll be beautiful all day. Very hot, but that's typical, hot and humid for this time of the year. Nothing new there. And it's a good day to enjoy the beach. Best time. I mean, you want it hot. If you're going to swim in the ocean or the pool, you want it to be warm. You don't want a cold day for that. And so let us know. Do you come to Myrtle Beach for the 4th of July? Do you go somewhere else? Do you stay home and celebrate 4th of July with your family? What do you do on the 4th of July if you're in the U.S.? Obviously, if you're not in the U.S., you're probably just having a regular day. But we're glad you're watching too, even if you're not in the United States here with us celebrating the 4th of July. And so this is going to be also our Ocean Boulevard video for the month of July as well, to share you everything that's going on, not just on the 4th. I will mention one thing about the 4th this year that's new. They already have a curfew currently in Myrtle Beach for certain areas and certain times that's effective all the time for people under 18 years of age. But for July 2nd through the 7th, so this applies a little bit after the 4th, they've extended it to 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. unless with a parent or guardian, and then there's a few other exceptions, like if they're going to work or something like that. So just keep that in mind if you're bringing your kids and say you have some teenagers with you. Just keep that in mind that there is a 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew. And also, like I said, they have a existing curfew that's even beyond those dates I mentioned, and that it has been midnight to 6 a.m., but I think they're probably going to change that permanently. I could be wrong. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And then the other thing we were surprised to see today, a kid fell in the street here. Slow down a little. Okay, looks like he's all right. The other thing that we want to mention is I'm watching for the pedestrians here, is the 4th of July, usually they shut down the roads. This car is making me nervous here. I got to keep an eye on the cars. So actually to my left, let me talk about that and then I'll talk about the road closures. To my left, that is the Ocean Outfall project. It's surrounded by Dayton. And Dayton Hotels is quite a big, I think they have 5 buildings. The Ocean Outfall project's where they're moving the storm drains out into the ocean so they no longer drain on the beach. So that's a great thing. It does mean there's a little section of the beach that's closed there, but it's not a lot. And it is kind of noisy during the day, but I don't think it would affect your stay during the night. I think it's just daytime noise. And so really quickly about the traffic, usually they have some restricted traffic on Ocean Boulevard on the 4th of July, but I think because it hit a Friday this year, they just kept their standard Friday and Saturday in the summer. One lane, you can only go southbound, which is the way we're going, on Ocean Boulevard from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m., I believe. And over to the left is where they're building the new Hilton property right before that giant building. There's a lot there. It's going to be oceanfront, and that is going to be a Hilton Vacation Club property. We'll keep you posted on that as they build it. And that's not one of the new things I was going to mention. We've already talked about that, but just want to mention it in case you're new to our channel. If you are new, welcome. We are so glad you found us, and we hope you stick with us. If you're interested in Myrtle Beach, you're definitely in the right place. And so, and anyway, they didn't close the streets earlier in the day, which we were kind of surprised to see. Also, if you don't know this, you can't shoot fireworks in public places in Myrtle Beach. They have tons of fireworks displays. We cover that in our What's Myrtle Beach Really Like in the Month of July video. So go check that video out if you'd like to have a full list of every firework that is available in this area. And there are a ton. I'm talking about like, you know, proper big displays of fireworks. And if you ever need to find a video on our channel, just search on YouTube for Carmen and Brian Myrtle Beach. And in that case, just put in July or something like that, and that will come up for you. And you can just look for the one from 2025, and that'll give you all the fireworks locations today in case you're seeing this today and want to go check out the fireworks, because there are all kinds of fireworks options here. And then also, again, have to concentrate on the pedestrians, so apologize for the pause there. Got to think about it. Make sure there's not a car right next to me. But also with the fireworks, so like I said, you know, people, I think they think they can come and just shoot them off on the beach. You cannot do that here, and you can get ticketed for that. So definitely don't do that. Just go check out, I mean, the other ones are gonna be so much better anyway. We are gonna pass 2nd Avenue Pier, and there is one there. Okay, over to my left is the Shelby. So we're gonna stop here because this is one of the new hotels that is now open that we wanna share with you. Breaking news, the Shelby Beachside Resort is now open. You can see the cool palm tree theming on it. This is a retro themed resort. They have both suites and rooms, and it's supposed to be sort of a high-end boutique hotel. So if you end up staying here, let us know in the comments, or is this somewhere you would stay? Let us know in the comments as well. This hotel replaced the Sandcastle Hotel. If you're familiar with that hotel, let's go in and take a peep. Here's a shot of the beautifully decorated lobby. Very, very pretty. So you can see the type of high-end design they are gonna have here. Here's the, quote, back side of the hotel that faces the ocean. Look at this beautiful pool area. I love the theming here. They've got this beautiful fountain with the lazy river, and just look at how close to the ocean. This is a public beach access right here. You're just steps from the ocean. And they also have a bar there as well. You see all the stools turned upside down right now. Now back on the street. So up here is the sign. I know it's hard to read sometimes, these digital signs they don't film well. They're just talking about it being illegal to use the fireworks, and they're talking about the time that the northbound lane is closed. So I got a lot of questions. Why did they close the northbound lane during those times? It's because it's so congested. This will be like wall-to-wall cars in the evening today and tomorrow evening. There's so much traffic, they can't get emergency vehicles through. So they close the northbound lane so that emergency vehicles, so fire, police, all the emergency vehicles, ambulance. I mean, if you need an ambulance, you're gonna be glad that lane is closed. What it means for you is you're only gonna be able to go southbound to get to your hotel. So when you leave your hotel, you'll have to go southbound and cut over. And when you come back to your hotel, you'll have to go far enough north before you cut over to be able to get to your hotel. Hopefully that makes sense and helps you out if you're coming here. Now right now, that's only on weekends. If that changes, we'll let you know, but that's only on Friday and Saturday from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. that you need to be concerned about that. So if you're like us and you're early people, it might not even affect your vacation. So we're gonna slow down here for the pedestrians. By the way, if you're coming from out of state, that car did not have the right of way. If you're coming from out of state, pedestrians do have the right of way here, whether you're on a bike or a car or whatever. And we mentioned police just a minute ago. Here's a couple of Myrtle Beach's finest here on bikes. They do have bike patrol. They have beach patrol, all kinds of things. So they're doing all kinds of things to keep the city safe. There are a lot of police in this sort of central downtown area of Myrtle Beach. We already saw when we've already biked north on this road, we already saw someone get pulled over for who knows what. We weren't sure what the car did, but we did see him get pulled over. And it was actually police on a golf cart. If you're hearing something loud, there's some really loud music coming from a golf cart next to me. I don't know how loud that will be for you. So we're heading up. This is the sort of central boardwalk area coming up here. We're gonna have to go around this guy. So here's the Skywheel. The Skywheel is a very popular attraction. We have a couple videos of it, and we have a sunset and a regular video. It is a lot of fun. Definitely recommend it. You get some extreme thrill rides over to the right. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful, be sure to give it a like. That really helps other people find our videos. So giving us that thumbs up or like is a huge help to us, and we greatly appreciate it. Something free and easy for you to do. And I get that a lot of you watch on the TV and it's not as easy. I totally get that. But you know, sometimes it's nice if you can pop over to your phone and give us that thumbs up. All right, so here again is the central area. There's tons of gift shops here. There's the Gay Dolphin, there's a ton of Ripley's attractions, all kinds of stuff. And there are also 2 or 3 arcades, actually there's 3 arcades at least, all kinds of fun stuff. Here's Plyler Park to the left. And then also you've got Love Sugar. You've got Myrtle Beach Fries. They have sort of Fairlick food, really good. And so, you know, all kinds of fun places to eat and shop and entertainment. You know, if there's a rainy day, a lot of these Ripley's attractions are a good option. And Ripley's also has an aquarium at Broadway at the beach. Again, we've got tours of Broadway, we've got tours of the aquarium on our channel, we've got tours of all of these things that we're passing right now. So you can just check those out on our channel if you're interested. So we're getting close to the next big announcement. We will talk about that as soon as we get to it. And we'll actually get off the bikes again and give you a tour of that and show you what that looks like. It's pretty exciting, so much new stuff. And these sort of snuck up. It's like these are not ones we've been talking about much before. I mean, especially the Shelby. I knew the Sandcastle was gone, but I did not know what was replacing it. So that was pretty exciting news. There's Peach's Corner on the left, Ripley's Believe It or Not on the right. Over to my left is the volleyball courts. Over to my right is the place where the old pavilion used to be. And that was torn down. It was an amusement park. Now they use that as festival grounds. So coming up here on the left is the new condo. So we're gonna bike next to it and then I'm gonna pull over and give you a closer up view. These surprised me. They said they're gonna be, I mean, you can already go and reserve them for a future date. I don't think they're open today, but I think by the end of this month, I think you can go ahead with, I looked on their website, it looks like you can go ahead and reserve it. So we're gonna pull over and take a closer look at that as soon as we get up here. Let us know in the comments if either of these 2 new places are somewhere that you would stay, that you're interested in checking out. You can go online on their websites and check out the pricing for both and see if it's something that would be for you. We've got breaking news about these condos. We've been showing these to you for a long time, but we didn't have any details about it or what it was going to be. We speculated that it would be condos on the top and retail on the bottom. Well, we are correct, but we sort of thought they would probably be for sale. They are not. They are going to be for rent, the condos, that is. They are called Ocean Escape. It's oceanescape.com if you want to go to the website and check out all the details. But they have 2 other properties in this general area. But it says they will have ample free parking for guests, 38 luxury condos, 1 to 3 bedrooms. The condos will range from 900 to 2,000 square feet, sleep up to 12 people, extra large balconies, and you can't beat the location. It's literally right here on the Myrtle Beach Boardwalk. This is the boardwalk right here. If you keep walking that direction, that's where you get to the Skywheel and all the fun stuff. But even right here, you've got restaurants just past this, and then they're gonna have retail down here on the bottom. Definitely would be nice to stay right on the boardwalk like that. Let us know in the comments, do you stay on the boardwalk? And if so, let us know what hotel you like. Or if you just stay here on Ocean Boulevard, let us know in the comments where you stay on Ocean Boulevard. That helps other people who are looking for somewhere to stay. Or, you know, even if you didn't like where you stayed, that also helps people, you know where not to stay. We have seen a bunch of, there's Sharkies on the left. We've seen a bunch of no vacancy signs today. So it's definitely a popular weekend. I think Memorial Day weekend might be a little more crowded because of the giant bike festival that's going on during Memorial Day weekend, but this is definitely a close second. There's Homewood Suites, this giant building to the left, followed by Bayview. And 5th and Ocean over on the right. So they call the left side of the road is Oceanfront, obviously. The right side of the road is called Second Row. And then if you go another street back, that's called Third Row. So if you're looking for a hotel, obviously you're gonna pay less if you stay on Second Row typically. It's not a guarantee, but typically. And then if you get to Third Row, you're definitely gonna pay less because you probably won't have any view at all of the ocean. I'm gonna mention Holiday Sands North over to our left. This is still on the boardwalk. We're still in the boardwalk area. That is one I get probably the most recommendations when people leave it in the comments. We have not stayed there ourselves, so I can't personally recommend it. But what people say is it's no frills, but it's clean and gets the job done, and it's right on the boardwalk. So that is the review that I just consistently get. So I got to give it a little mention there. We get a lot of questions about what hotels to stay in. We live here, we're locals. We had a second home here for 20 years before we moved here, and now we've lived here a few years. And so we don't typically stay in a hotel for obvious reasons since we live here. So we do have a playlist on our channel of a few hotels. You can look at those. And we definitely give you a thorough review of those hotels that we have stayed in here. But it's good to look at TripAdvisor if you're looking for advice on hotels. That is a good place to look. Also, I get a lot of questions, even though we're on the road, I'll mention it. We get a lot of questions about umbrella rentals and stuff like that. Yes, in a lot of these populated areas where there's hotels, there are umbrellas for rent. Now it's separate from the lifeguard. There is a separate person. They're hanging out usually behind the lifeguard stand, and that is the person that you rent the umbrellas from. If you get there and there's no one there, if you sit in a chair, I promise they'll find you and you can find out how much it costs to rent. Okay, over to my left is 2nd Avenue Pier and a Wicked Tuna restaurant, and that is where fireworks will be this evening. Again, we give all the details in that other video. And the Wicked Tuna, we have eaten at the one at the Myrtle Inlet Marsh Walk, but we have not eaten at this one. It was good, but expensive. That would be my review. I feel like it's more expensive than what I would like to pay for the food. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's so individual. But the food was good, the service was good. I mean, I had no complaints, it's just pricey. If you're gonna go down to Myrtle Inlet Marsh Walk, I would go to Sloppy Jose's. But you gotta like Mexican, well no, they have seafood too. So actually you could get seafood there or Mexican. We really enjoy it, and it's right on the Marsh Walk in Myrtle Inlet. Pretty new, it opened last year. We just ate at Joe's Crab Shack this week. Didn't film it, we have an old video of Joe's in it. Nothing's really changed, it's pretty much the same. So you can go find our old video, so we didn't film it this time. We get requested to do food videos. We don't eat out a lot for number one. And number two, we're usually eating, when we do eat out, it's usually because we have family in town and we don't like to film. It takes away from the conversation with family, but we'll do as much as we can, but that's definitely, not a focus of our channel. We try to give you as much information as we can to help you with your Myrtle Beach vacation. And also, since we're coming up, you'll see it in just a minute, we're coming up to Family Kingdom. We have another new thing to share. They are now using that lot that Splashes Water Park used to be on to the left, that's oceanfront, as parking. They are now charging for parking there, and it's a gravel lot, it is not a paved lot. Is that what they're doing permanently there? We don't know. That's right now to the left. If you look that lot over to the left, we will keep you posted. Like I said, we don't know if that's a permanent thing or if they're just doing it to take advantage of the 4th of July. And then on the right is the Family Kingdom Amusement Park. We've brought to you this ride. It's sort of blocked by a truck right now, but this ride to the right, the yellow and purple one, that is brand new. It's a extreme thrill ride. Well, it depends on your definition of extreme. It's extreme to Carmen, it might not be to other people, but that's a kind of crazy ride. So this is a good place to bring your kids. Again, we got a couple videos on this. We got a pretty new one. So you can check that. We take you through the whole park, show you everything. It's pretty cool. We definitely would recommend it, especially if you have kids. They got a lot of stuff for kids, like so much stuff. And so that's definitely a good thing to do if you're looking for something to take your little ones. Fun place to go. Weird thing this year, we've mentioned this before, they are only open during the sort of afternoon, evening hours, and it depends on the day. You'd have to go to their website to check their calendar, but they're not open most days. They're open like 3 or 5 p.m. Like that's when they open, depending on the day of the week and whether it's a holiday and all those kinds of things. Then you got Friendly's up here on the right. We always see quite a few people there, and says they've got delicious new sundaes. So there you go. And also here's the sign for the Family Kingdom parking, but there's also city parking. And if you're not going to stay that long, the city parking can be a better deal if it's not full. So you can look on side streets in this area for potentially, I'm not saying it would be, it depends on how long you're going to stay, but potentially cheaper parking. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Also, something else I want to mention is there is an entertainment shuttle. It's run by the city and it is free. And it's like a city bus, but it's dedicated just for entertainment shuttle. It runs down Ocean Boulevard and then takes you to tons of attractions in Myrtle Beach, like the Pelicans baseball stadium, Broadway at the beach, Waves Myrtle Park, Myrtle Waves Water Park, which is this huge water park. Here, again, we have videos of the shuttle. We have videos of Broadway and Myrtle Waves and all that stuff, so you can check that out if you want more information. We actually take a ride on the shuttle for you, so you can see what it looks like. So you can definitely check that out if you are interested. Obviously, you'd have to wait for it, so that could be an issue, but you know, it just depends. It might be a nice way to do some fun stuff without having to drive, especially if you fly in and don't have a car and get a rental car. Might be a good way, a more economical way to get around. That only runs in the summer months, and it only runs, I believe, from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., but you can check their website for details because that's subject to change, of course. Lots of people out. There's Seacrest on the left, enjoying this beautiful 4th of July. I was telling Brian, this is the most people this early in the morning that I've seen in a long time. It seems like a lot of people are here this week, because I know you may say it's not that early, but on Myrtle Beach time it kind of is. Like, most people don't come out until around 10 a.m. Oh, and over there to the left is where they're doing work on captain's quarters. They had a fire there, and they're they're not only fixing the fire, they're redoing the front of that hotel and just like upgrading the front, making it look even better than it used to look. So if people keep asking me when the bowling alley is going to open again there, I don't know. They have not made any announcements, but we'll let you know if we hear for sure. If you'd like to learn more about Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area, be sure to click on the video on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.